Okay, this is an example of generic action layers. Recently I had to change all of my, I keep a module that has all of the custom effects and the NPCs they're tied to and the assets. Also, I have a module for that I create assets out of, and I've tied the assets to these various things via name. But basically, I'm going to show Cloud Kill because my group was basically running a King of the Hill where they're all playing only NPCs. I'm not going to go into all the extensions I use and fighting each other with bases, and they could respawn after X amount of time. Um, so this is just the module I currently have to build these various spells, powers that do auras and other things that I want to just automatically appear and throw out a WebM. Pretty simple. All these are exactly the same. They just have a different name on the trait and the name of the thing, and that's so that they'll all match. Play the game of equipped effects, where it'll look up that trait and match and add all these into the CT when it places it. And part of the rules for generic actions layers is it'll automatically look up a effect you place, the name of the effect. In this case, it'll be like Cloud Kill, the self effect for that spell, and it'll match the NPC name and the asset name based on a pointer circle or whatever pointer you have that applies to a match here. Pointer circle, pointer square, pointer cone with the keep, which means I'm not going to get into that either. It's a whole extension in there. Just as they drop an effect and it just immediately places the asset and the NPC, which has all the auras and everything tied to it. And when they get rid of the asset or the effect, it'll go around. Now this is the raw data, and I've got this attached to this module. And this is just, these guys were giving me grief adding in zombies and everything because during the King of the Hill I foolishly picked Skull Lord to let them all play a Skull Lord, and that actually made life interesting because they kept spawning things on me in addition to the Skull Lord. But right now in the map, they had two Cloud Kills, and of course, Cloud Kill, when you're dealing with all undead versus undead, it's not going to do anything except for the darkness aspect because they're all immune to it. So I'm going to go up here and we'll take a look at Mark um, and his Skull Lord here. I'll just make it their turn. This is actually a copy of it. He actually placed one of these things. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just mess with it a little bit and say, okay, I'm going to take off the Cloud Kill, which is going to remove the NPC, which is going to remove the asset, which is going, yada yada yada. It's just automatic. So if he's got an effect, and I could just key this in, right, and hit return in here, and it'll do the same thing. But in this case, he'll be saying, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and hold Control key, left right mouse button, draw a 20-foot place where I want the uh, the Cloud Kill to go, and he's using it more as a darkness so that enemies can't see him when he jumps in. And so he's going to go ahead and just execute that. Double click on this. That's all there is to it. Poof. Now that initial asset may come up small because FGU has a bug. So you just click it again. And because I have the option set to never do a duplicate effect, it'll just update the asset in the NPC. It'll delete the NPC and replace it. And that was part of the problem with the current aura. If you didn't have this just now created this Cloud Kill. And if you didn't have the name here, like I have Cloud Kill underbar, unique, previously I had them all the same names because Aura would throw out a from Aura in front of it. But I'm going to have to I had to rename my modules everywhere within underbar just to keep them unique. Otherwise, you get some bad effects. So let's I went ahead and left right mouse cleared that, and The advantage of stuff remembers where the last one was placed, so it's actually still there. And if I drag one of these guys in, say it's his own guy, now of course he's immune, and there's a bug with Aura where they unselect it, so you have to select it. Oh yeah, I had some sounds tied in. Let's see. So, and you're just seeing various things that I had to find. And of course, now the Aura won't get them because it's set to single. And the problem before was when I dragged him in, he had the same name for Cloud Kill, and it would actually delete everything when I moved him in. But now he'll go ahead and play. That's the bug of him unselecting, and then come back in, and it's a single, so you're good. And this is true for any of those things, Moonkill, whatever I had on there. All these things here are what I personally define them as. Right. I got Clouded Daggers, all these things. And this isn't everything, this is just what I use. And some of them have required darkness effect. All of them require a skip turn because I don't want the NPC that I'm automatically placing to have a turn or mess up the stuff. It's also, when it places it, it's non-targetable. But that's about it. Of course, when I'm done, the timer would run out, or he would just do some other spell and we'd get rid of that. And poof, all done. And that's the way I like my games. Lazy, where I don't have to do anything. I may have to set up a little bit, like you saw that module. Once I have it set up, I just add the module in, and anytime I change the module, these things automatically change. And that is it.